Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Studying the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Naren is asking about the spiritual practices. Narendra asked about spiritual discipline. Master, Bhakti, love of God, is the essence of all spiritual discipline. Through love, one acquires renunciation and discrimination naturally. Bhakti, the love of God, is essence of spiritual discipline. Varieties of spiritual disciplines: prayer, worship, japa, repetition of mantra, dhyana, meditation, and in worship itself varieties, dhyana also varieties. Today morning somebody was talking to me, and of that person themselves, it would we do. I used to go here and there to the Himalayas and all, and sit and meditate there. They casually use the term meditation. Meditation comes when we turn inward and dive within. It's an inward journey. And inward journey begins first with the absence of world and absence of the bodily existence. Just like sleep. When I sleep, I am totally unaware of the external world. I am totally unaware of the bodily existence. Like that, do we lose the awareness of the external world? Do we lose the awareness of our bodily existence? Yes, then you are entered into meditation. Yes, some disciple says, when I meditate, he had a doubt. That disciple had a doubt. He went to Master, the Yatishwaranandaji Maharaj, and asked, when I meditate, sir, immediately he interfered. You meditate? Then, yes, as you told us to do when I meditate. You meditate? Again he asked. Third time again, yes, I do meditate. Then Maharaj was great surprise, he said, we struggled for decades together to meditate, and you have already succeeded in meditating. The disciple did not know what to answer. Did I make any mistake? Should I tell anything else? Then Maharaj said, don't say when I meditate. When you meditate, nothing comes into picture. When I try to meditate, all problems will come. So meditation is a process, and varieties of meditation. What do you meditate upon? In what do you forget yourself? And here Sri Ramakrishna has said, every discipline, love of God is essential. Whatever be your conception of God, bhakti, love of God, is the essence of all spiritual discipline. All spiritual discipline. He doesn't distinguish. All spiritual discipline is essential. is the essence. Bhakti is love of God, is the essence of, means if you distill any spiritual discipline, you will get love. That is the essence. How do you take out the essence? Distill it. All of the dross will go away. Pure essence will be collected. So this, the love of God is the essence of any discipline you take, whatever be your conception of God. Some may have the God as the impersonal absolute. Some may have God as the personal God with form. Some other may have personal God with only qualities. He is not paying any attention to the form. It can be just his existence independent of gunas and rupa. It can be anything. So, but even impersonal God, Aham Brahmasmi, like, I love that object. Whatever is that. Now, unless I love it, why do we use the term love? Love of God is, love is the only thing which belongs to you. Suppose I try to think of God, the thinking mind belongs to nature. It is an instrument for me. I cannot give it, it is somebody's property. It cannot enter into the transcendental. Now, Indian rupees, I cannot give to anybody outside the country. It is just a paper for them. Dollars, if anybody brings and gives you, it is just a paper, it has no value here. But there, the value is there. So, if you want to pay anything, you have to pay in their dollars. Like that here, it belongs to Prakriti, it is not passing into the transcendental. You can't give your mind, you cannot give. All these are, you can give your heart, love. Love is the manifestation of the Atman, self. Love, I again, many times I tell, love, time, divinity, spirituality, all these do not belong to the Prakriti. Love also doesn't belong. Bliss also doesn't belong to the happiness, joys and sorrows, pain and pleasure, all these belong to Prakriti. Bliss, independent of all this, doesn't belong to Prakriti, it is absolute. So Ananda doesn't have an opposite. Misery and happiness, joys and sorrows, opposites are there. For Ananda, bliss, there is no opposite. So bliss belongs to the transcendental. It belongs to, as if it belongs to God. Similarly, love belongs to my transcendental. It is something beyond my limits. That is, the I, as if the self is flowing out, it is flowing. I am going to give, I am going to offer the thing. So love is something that you are pouring your heart. That is, your bodily existence is there, spiritual existence is there. From the external, internal most spiritual existence, it is going from this. Body is what differentiates the inner and outer. From the inner, it goes to the transcendental, beyond the universe. Beyond the universe is God. What pervades the universe is God. What pervades my body is my spiritual existence, Chaitanya. That's why there is life in my body. Life is manifestation of consciousness through matter. So it's manifesting. My transcendental is flowing out as love. And it goes beyond the universe. What pervades the universe, to it, it goes. And it is the transcendental of the relative existence. I beyond to the you beyond, that beyond. So it's a flow from the transcendental to the transcendental, from the individual to the collective, absolute. So this love is such a thing. Loving God is as if you are pouring out yourself. You are giving yourself with Atma Samarpana. It is something like you are giving yourself. It is like self-surrender. You are giving yourself to the Lord. So in that, through love one acquires renunciation and discrimination. Naturally, all other places we see, it is not natural. It is forced. It is put in. Suppose I go through the Jnana path, I have to renounce. I have to begin my sadhana in Vedanta or spiritual life. Mano buddhi ahankara chittadina. I am not this body. I am not anything that belongs to Prakriti. Neither gross body, nor the subtle, nor the causal. I deny myself to be this body. It begins with the denial. Here it doesn't begin with the denial. It's acceptance. I accept the world. I accept myself. I give myself to God. In love, I become indifferent. Anybody loving anyone else you see at the gross human level, if two people are loving each other, they are indifferent to all things. They don't care even for the wealth and property or this and that. No, jobs, yes, doesn't matter if it goes away. I love, I want to possess. So even at gross, at the worldly level of love, you will see there is great sacrifice. And you become indifferent to the external things. Oh, whole thing, yourself is flowing. Where to hold, what to hold here. So here in loving God, in love is the essence of all spiritual disciplines. You may do japa, dhyana, everything is contained with the backing, the base is love. Where are we going to through love? Through love we are going to our own transcendental existence. Transcendental existence of this universe. How the universe, we have discussed, how the universe becomes energy, and last as ripples of love it merges with ripples of love, it awakens to form the universe. So this universe formation itself is love and sacrifice. And this love, when you love, what happens, you see? You are indifferent to the world, you do all your duties of life. But love, you will not focus on one person or one object. Your love becomes expanded. It becomes universal love. And you don't want anything, because what satisfies you is the bliss you get from loving God. It is ocean. You are going to, a river is rushing towards ocean to become ocean. When it becomes ocean, what does it have to do with the world or anything? It has become Purna, Paripurna. In love itself is considered as love of God, is love of the transcendental in any aspect, love of the divine in any aspect. This love itself is called Purushartha. Just like Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Moksha is one of the Purusharthas. Like that, Prema, the divine love, is considered one of the Purusharthas, which supersedes even Mukti. Again, in the Gospel, many times, Sri Ramakrishna tells, God is ready to give Mukti, but not Bhakti. So, to get Bhakti is extremely difficult, love of God. So, this is the essence of every spiritual discipline. And what does it do? It makes you indifferent to things naturally. Naturally, things fall off from your mind. Anybody wants to take anything, doesn't matter. Today's life, with that Viveka dawns. Oh, what to hold here? What to, just for continuation of life, I need something. It is provided by nature. I can't. Now, you see, my karmas are such that I must be a beggar in this world. However, I may try, struggle, I will not be able to become a rich man. Similarly, if my life is of riches because of my past karmas, nobody can stop me from attaining those riches. So I am bound to become riches because of the karmas. So nothing is avoidable, nothing you can hold on to here, just passing. See that the future karmas do not bind you. So karma is especially, vak is an important karma. We go on speaking, go on speaking. How much cautious you must be. That it should not hurt anybody. And it must be always a blessing coming out of your mouth. So when you speak, it is karmendriya. So beginning from karma, physical actions, all actions become karma. My going, coming, everything. I am seeing something, the images that I create in me, it becomes karma. It awakens one thing or the other within me, past karmas. It may directly not be a direct karma, but it awakens a karma or desire, vasana, which is there within me. So here, discrimination and renunciation. Renunciation, I have to give up because I have to hold this. How the worm moves, you see. It holds something and leaves, holds something and leaves. What have you got to hold to leave this? Then only you move. So each time you love God, each time you hold on to God, you can release yourself from the world. You can release. So releasing is possible when you hold on to higher truths, higher joy. Higher joy, you will be able to renounce. Now, small children, they don't want the dolls given to them should be touched by other children. How much of possessiveness. Anybody takes it away, even elders of the same house, if they take away for fun, they will scream and weep. But why do they do? They find all joy in that. When they grow up, if a doll is there by the side also, nobody will take and play. Because they are finding joy elsewhere in a higher way. So these are petty things. As we grow to higher and higher levels of joy, bliss, lower things we give up. So renunciation, giving up, becomes so natural, so spontaneous. It is not forced, it is not calculated. I have to give up, otherwise I will get bondage. I have to give up, otherwise I will become this and that. No calculations. It is spontaneous. So here, discrimination and renunciation. Renunciation is giving up. Sannyasa, giving up in such a way that I give up even the sense of having given up. Nyasa is to give up. Sannyasa is to give up even the idea that I have given up. So giving up. So here renunciation is so spontaneous. I don't hold on to anything because I am holding on to such a thing which can give me anything, anytime. Just like mobile. Before mobile telephone came, that is our cell phone came. Before that, landlines were there. Now, after getting cell phone, nobody uses landline. They don't want landline. Because wherever you are, it is accessible to you. In landline, you have to go to the landline. Here it is in your possession, it is within you, it is with you. So, when we find a thing which will give me everything what I need, what need is there? And what mobile or the cell phone can give me. Nothing else can give me. Whatever knowledge you want, whatever enjoyments you want, whatever of the worldliness you want, whatever information you want, you get it. It is in your hand. And who will go for a landline? Nobody. Like that, when you get everything from God, everything, a ashraya, from where you are getting everything what you want, you are purna by yourself. Then why do you want the things of? So here essential means it must be true, transformation must be true, evolution must be true, holding on must be true, and then you'll see the renunciation and discrimination are natural. It is spontaneous, without efforts, it is going on. And you just like a boat sails in water or in storm also. Like that you remain in floods and storms, we see the ships and boats are moving. And safely, the people are so safe in that. But in the floods, you cannot be safe. So here you see, you are safe in the hands of God. Bhakti, through love, one acquires renunciation and discrimination naturally. Narendra, is not it true that the Tantra prescribes spiritual discipline in company of woman? Master, that is not desirable. It is very difficult path and often causes the aspirant's downfall. There are 3 such disciplines. One may regard woman as one's mistress or look upon oneself as her husband or as a child. I look upon woman as my mother. To look upon oneself as a handmaid is also good, but it is extremely difficult to practice discipline, looking on woman as one's mistress. To regard oneself as her child is very pure attitude. It is with respect to men. Naren is asking, he is bringing out an essential factor wherein, see the transcendence. We have to transcend things and go beyond. Through enjoyment, beyond enjoyment, or renounce enjoyment and go beyond enjoyment, or experience and see it is empty and go beyond. Anything is possible. So just like in temples, in Ramakrishna Mutt and all, you can see bhajans and Sandhya Arati and all. In silence it will be, whole thing will be silence. Just a few people calmly and pleasantly singing. Khandana Bhava Bandhana. There are Arati with a small bell, tung, tung, tung is going on. There are some cymbals and drums are being beaten. Then there is manifestation of silence. In silence, you can easily feel the presence of divine, wherever there is silence. But this silence is invoking divine. In nature, when I go to a calm and place, I experience by tuning myself to the nature. I get tuned to the nature. I forget my family problems, myself, everything, and just look at the nature. I am one with the nature and enjoy. My own bliss, my own. In case of Sandhyarti in the ashrama, we not become one with the nature, but we try to become one with the divine, where all differences dissolve. So we invoke God in that fine atmosphere around, we invoke God and experience His living presence with us. And we get the peace. Same thing you can see in any of the traditional temples. At the time of Sandhya Arati, so many drums, dhama, dham, dhama, dham, beating. Gongs are being, and bells are going on. So many sounds. And this sound, it is in silence we are experiencing. Same thing, transcendence is taking place because of the sound. In such a tremendous sound, he doesn't know what to hear, what not to hear. The ears give up the efforts to know and understand what is happening. It tries to absorb the presence of God there and experience the peace which is the content of that sound without our knowledge. In that sound, we are concentrating on the divine, we are seeing the arati going on, and so much of sound is going on. Its sound makes everything silent. If there is a sound, immediately the attention goes there. What is that? So attention is withdrawn in that sound from your thinking. There will be constant dialogue going on. The arati may be going on in your mind. What is going on? There may not be arati at all. You may be thinking of something. So all thoughts are ceased when there is sound, mass sound going on. Then you will see the same transcendental experience you are getting through sound as the content of the sound. Here, absence of sounds, and you see it is manifesting, it is radiating. The nature is radiating the peace and bliss. So, just like that, here also, woman is treated. You can transcend the Sri Ramakrishna beautifully gives here, because this is one of the parts of the Tantra. Tantra means not exactly what we understand as tantric practices, tantric, but Tantra is two important divisions in our scriptures. One is Veda and Tantra. Veda is science and Tantra is technology. Even the technological institutions are called Tantrika Vidyalaya. So Tantra doesn't mean something bad or anything, it means only technology. In this, there are varieties of ways, because science gives you only knowledge. How to attain, how to utilize is given by the technology. Now, petrol burns, 1 gram of petrol gives 100 calories of heat. That's what science says. How to get that petrol, how to utilize it, that energy to make a motor vehicle. All this belongs to technology. Technology gives you how to attain and how to use. Here, what the only truth is given. How to attain that truth is given in the whole of Tantras. All the types of pujas and whatever we see in Hinduism is based on the Tantra, except the knowledge part of the Upanishads. All practices, all the three major agamas, Shaiva agama, Shakta agama, Vaishnava agama, all these are extracts from the Tantras. So, Tantras have this. In Tantra, there is a small portion which belongs to a transcendence of nature by cultivating certain attitudes towards the world. What attracts most man and what makes him drown, that is transcended by various means, by love of God, by knowledge of the self, all these by self-sacrifice. And there is a portion, it is like a house. Sri Ramakrishna compares, I don't know whether he is comparing here, but like entering into the house from the latrine. The latrine will have usually two doors. One is from inside to enter into the toilet. The other is from other side, opening into the open, through which the people come and wash and clean and go away. The scavengers enter from that door, clean and go away, and people to use it go from this side. So suppose all doors are closed, you can enter the house even from the back door, through the latrine. Sri Ramakrishna compares that to entering into the house, such a nice palace. There is Rajadwara, the great door in the front, where people are waiting for to welcome you. Suppose you hidingly you enter the same house from behind, how it will be? So he compares that to the entry through the back door. We'll continue tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.